Hot stove season is here. We talked about Cody Bellinger yesterday. I feel like things are really starting to unfold where the Cubs and Bellinger could have a reunion. What about some other options for the Cubs? Are they in or out on Yamamoto? Could they look, though, to Japan to help them out with some left-handed pitching? We're going to get into all that here on the Cubs Baseball Channel, including a belated happy birthday to one of the all-time great Cubs. Thanks for being here, though. The invitation for you to join us here on the Cubs Baseball Channel is not belated. It's current. Hey, happy birthday, Fergie Jenkins. And thank you guys for hanging out here. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. And if you like the Cubs, make sure you hit the bell so you know when we're dropping new content. Let's get this thing going. I love this time of year, the hot stove time of year. What do you say, everybody? I'm Mick Gillespie. Welcome to the Cubs Baseball Channel. Don't forget, I'm on social media, including Twitter, @Broadcaster Mick, and appreciate all you guys for coming and hanging out. And it's been really fun getting to know you in the comments section. Keep the comments coming. I'd love to hear what you have to say, where you think the Cubs can improve, and what it's going to look like by the time we get to Cubs convention, then spring training, and then opening day. So we got a lot of things to look forward to as we move towards the holiday season. All right, let's talk some Cubs baseball. Let me start right here. Belated 81st birthday to Ferguson Jenkins. Fergie. I've met him many times. Love the guy. Fergie and Friends is his charity. You know, I've gotten to know some of the greatest players in baseball thanks to Fergie and Friends. You know, they travel around and I'm at different places where they're at, particularly in spring training, you know, and they're doing autograph signings and raising money. And then, you know, you get to slide in there and, you know, as a broadcaster, interview Fergie and whoever he's got on the docket. Some of the great people that I've gotten an opportunity to meet, the late, great Bill Buckner, and, of course, former Cub and Red Sox, amongst other teams. And Gaylord Perry, love Gaylord Perry. I love the stories that he would tell. I have interviewed him time and time again. And then one of the greats of all time, Hall of Famer, Raleigh Fingers, who those two get together. And then you throw in Billy Williams, who actually played with Fingers right at the end of his career with the A's. But Fergie's beloved by all of us, and it's hard to believe he's 81 just because he's still so young looking. He doesn't even look close to 81. But a Hall of Famer and one of the all-time great Cubs, and that was yesterday. All right, let's talk about some Cubs news. First off, they did a signing, and it's not a big one, but it does make sense. That's a guy that's going to catch in the minor leagues and try to be a little bit of backup, and that's Jorge Alfaro. Alfaro is a big league vet. He's been with Boston, and he's also been with Philadelphia, Miami, the Padres, but even Colorado. So he's kind of been a journeyman, 8 seasons. He's you know, your prototypical backup catcher. He did have a pretty good season back in 2019 with the Marlins. He hit 18 home runs and had 57 runs batted in. That by far in 130 games, his most productive season. Hit 262, so not too shabby. The Cubs have been trying to add a little depth to the backstop position, you know, knowing that they got Yan Gomes and they've got Miguel Amaya. And then after that, you know, the drop-off is pretty steep, you know, as far as, you know, who would be the next guy up if you needed someone. Pablo Aliendo was their Double-A catcher last year. You know, is he an option? I saw that they made that trade for P.J. Higgins, who was with the organization and then gone more of a, you know, a catcher, utility guy, can play a lot of different positions. But Alfaro coming in on a minor league contract, and then he'll get an invite to spring training, you know, and guys love that. You get to go out there and battle. Maybe you have an impressive spring training and you turn some heads and, or someone gets hurt, somehow, some way you get on the big league roster. And that's kind of your hope. And for the Cubs, they're just hoping that they get a little more depth in this position. And the catcher position to me is one of the weakest that the Cubs have throughout their entire system. But that's all through baseball. It's not just like the Cubs are hurting right now for catchers. I mean, it's a spot that you could definitely use some help. And there's just not a lot of great options out there throughout the game and even in amateur baseball. So if your kids are coming up, make sure that they learn how to play catcher and do it well. Not many Buster Posies out there anymore. Jody Davises for Cubs fans. So, all right. So that was news. How about this? Could the Cubs land Shota Imanaga? That is the question that I wanted to talk about today. Imanaga is coming from Japan. He played for the BayStars last year. He had a 2.80 ERA. He is a strikeout machine. I mean, think about that, 148 innings, and, he's over 29% in strikeouts. He's maybe if Yamamoto is probably the third best pitcher on the market right now, right? He's 25 years old. Imanaga's 30, right? Imanaga's a left-hander. If you're going to contend with the Dodgers, you're probably going to want to have some left-handed support. And I feel like that makes Imanaga a guy that you would consider. Plus, there's definitely a discount. You're not going to pay him the years because of his age. So the Cubs are squarely in the mix for this left-hander out of Japan. I don't know, what they're thinking as far as how many years they would want to go, or what the extent of that is. But from all I'm hearing and what I understand is that Yamamoto and paying $300 million for a guy who's never pitched in the major leagues before might not be what the Cubs are going to do. And I hate to say that they're ever out of anything. I mean, when you're the Cubs and you have that kind of money, you can put yourself in the mix in a second. But the Dodgers, they just had Yamamoto visit Dodger Stadium, and guess who was there? Yeah, all the big-time stars. Here's Mookie Betts. Have you met him yet? Have you met Freddie Freeman? Oh, we got this new guy. You might be able to talk to him on his level, and that's our brand-new player, the guy that we just signed and we gave $700 million to. Yeah, so Ohtani, yeah, meet him. So they're trying to figure out a way to get him now. That doesn't mean that Yamamoto is going to go there. And you're seeing the Dodgers. I thought this was really interesting. The Dodgers and the Giants are both out in California. You see the deal that the Dodgers made to kind of work around some of California's high taxes and all of that stuff. But what was really interesting to me is listening to people talk about the Giants having trouble right now getting free agents because of their because of the situation in San Francisco, crime and homelessness and basically just the conditions out there. And then you throw the high taxes in, and it was Ken Rosenthal was talking about it, and he's saying it's tough for these guys to lure free agents in there. So I just found that interesting. Because the Giants are swinging and missing, and this is a market where there really are some difference makers out there, and I wonder how that could benefit the Cubs. Hey, come here. You don't have to worry about the taxes aren't as high, and we'd love to have you on the north side. So anyway, just a few things that I wanted to throw out there. We're going to keep a bird's eye view on everything going on with the Cubs and free agency this offseason. I really feel comfortable about where the market is starting to move for Cody Bellinger. That doesn't mean the Cubs are going to sign him, but I think it becomes a lot more realistic. And the thing I will tell you is that Cubs fans really love Cody Bellinger. They have connected with him. It kind of feels like Andre Dawson. Not to the extent where he didn't win an MVP his first year like the Hawk, but where he came in and you see Andre saying, hey, I want to be a Cub in the Hall of Fame. They resurrected my career. Bellinger, yeah, kind of along the same thing. I mean, the guy's the comeback player of the year, and he just fits in so well. So I think a lot of us hoping that when it's all said and done, that Cody Bellinger might be a domino that falls towards the Cubs. Anyway, keep the comments coming. Let me remind you guys of a couple of things. First off, that our channel right now is presented by the Tennessee Smokies and their team store. They won their first championship in 45 years. A lot of you guys are Cubs collectors. You like game-used bats and balls and autographed jerseys. And a lot of these prospects, which publications are saying that the Cubs might be the second best minor league system in all of baseball, right? Pete Crow Armstrong and Owen Casey and BJ Murray and a lot of the other guys, Cade Horton and whoever else. I mean, there's just a ton of talent there. Hayden McGarry. These guys may have something in that team store, and you can check it out at smokiesbaseball.com/team store. And our friend Chad Anderson at Modern Lending. He's an expert that's helped over 10,000 families and businesses over the years. He's an investment consultant and an Airbnb expert. So if you need any of his services, check him out. Thanks for hanging with us, guys, and we will talk to you really soon. Got an interview coming up with Paul Sullivan from the Chicago Tribune and a lot more here on the Cubs Baseball Channel. Go Cubs.